Hi everyone, thanks for joining us on Sophia's Cichlids. So as we promised to share any success and failure with you, any mistakes we've made, anything we've discovered that really works, I have unfortunately, I guess we can say unfortunately, not so unfortunate, at least we found out, something to share with you. It's not a loss, at least, thank God. But nonetheless, we want to share it with you. We've shown you in the past, we make one extra bag for our Aqua Clear 70s full of beads and whatnot. And on the other Aqua Clear, we had installed in one of the bags the artificial grapes. We generally take them off the vine, but we thought we were being smart and left the vine on. And as we've reported in the past, the issues we had with our frozen food mix, I discovered last night by mistake, mostly by mistake, that the grapes on the vine were filling up with that food as well. How did I find that out? Well, I was starting to blame our DIY filter, our Fluidized bed at first, and as you can see, it's changed today. I also wasn't liking the Fluidized bed because, as you can you can see it there. See the brown on the corner there, just in front of that white bead? The whole filter was starting to come covered in that brown algae. So, because it's so close to the light and whatnot, and there was glass beads, so they were attracting the light more, I'm sure. So, I decided I wanted to rip that apart and try something different. We generally like using clear things to make our filters in so we can see what's going on. And I generally like using a darker plastic though, like we have in our 30-gallon here, something like this, so that the light doesn't penetrate it. In this one, I've not found yet one instance of any brownness algae building up. So just keep this in mind, how this is flowing, and know that took a week or so for it to start moving like that. Everything's got to kind of loosen up a bit once you put it in there and let the air beat on it a bit, and then it'll really start moving like this. So anyways, I was hoping last night just to use the grapes as my media. So I empty out the bottle and I put just the grapes in. I put the bottom back on, hook up the air, set it on the wall just to see how it's working. I didn't put any fiber filter, and all I got was the nastiest cloud, and then I started seeing food. So I started to worry a bit and thinking, oh my goodness, I've just polluted this tank with ammonia, and these fish are going to suffer now. And thank God we got hardy fish in here. So I do a quick 25% water change, which fixes a lot of the problem. It was still cloudy, but I was fairly confident that it wasn't at a highly dangerous level. I didn't have a test kit as of yet, but after last night's incident, I went out and acquired one today. So, and I'll cover that in another video. So, I took the water in today to the store and got a sample, and they were reading that everything was fine, but my test kit said nitrate. The last part of the cycle, I always mix up nitrite and nitrate. I believe nitrate is the last part of the, yes, the last part of the nitrogen cycle. So the beneficial bacteria immediately consumed any ammonia and nitrite because they were at 0. Excuse me, and there was just a little bit of nitrate left today. And I know now when I have a spike, I don't know if you can see them on there, I get these little white fuzzy things on my glass. See, you can kind of see them there. They look like little raindrops almost in the glass. That's not floating there, it's just attached to the glass itself. I seem to get those when I get cloudiness or nitrate, high nitrate. So I've realized that today. I've come to that conclusion today. So what have we got now? I've got much easier system to maintain. if I do start getting a buildup of the brown algae again, excuse me, then I can really easily take the fiber filter out of there. Again, still the air pump running up through the bottom. I drilled as many holes as I possibly could around the bottle, and I put the air tube through the manufactured hole where shampoo would generally come out. Okay, there's a little flapper thing in there to close the shampoo bottle. Hi, Obi Zebra. And you would just pull that out. It's really easy, and it just pops out, pops in. Put that in there, put some holes, reattach it to the bottle. Good to go. Filled up the fiber filter. I think I'm going to take some of it out, but like I said, with the contamination that happened last night, I overfilled it a bit. So as we can see, there's not a lot of movement in there right now. There's some, but it's going to take a little bit for that to loosen up. And once it loosens up and starts moving around, see, it's tried to even more than that prior. So once it loosens up a bit, I'm hoping it'll beat down this fiber filter a bit, and if it doesn't and I need more movement, I'll just remove some of it. So that's where we're at today. You can see, you couldn't see the background last night, I'll tell you. It was cloudy. It was like someone had poured milk in here. And now we're at this level. So last night when I did notice the contamination happening, I took out all the grapes. Well, I only had grapes in the shampoo bottle at the time, so I took them all out. We store our water in storage bins, which I can show you right away. In between water changes, we do 20 to 50% water changes depending on the need of the tank at the time every week, and we split it into two. So some days might get 10% water change, and some days may get 25%, may get 30%, may get 40%, whatever. It all depends on the needs of the tank at the time. So I'll take you over there now. We store our water so it gets, and just add prime to it, just a dechlorifier. Once in a while we will add, so here we go, we got 2 18-gallon US gallons of water stored here. We do our water changes Wednesday and Sunday. I add prime, I add salt. Keep this foam in here in case it is building up bacteria. I generally try to keep a bucket in here as well to help build up a bit of bacteria. I don't know if it is or not, but in my mind it is. Sorry, again today, as I said, the test kit API, really pleased with it, to tell you the truth. I like how they got little caps for their test tubes. I'm just about to test my storage water. I want to see what it's at. I tested the city water right from the tap earlier, and I just recorded down on a calendar what those came out to. So our city water has no nitrite or nitrate. Its pH is at 8.2. And ammonia is at 0.75. So now I'm testing the water in my storage bins to see where those are at. After one day of cycling, I add half of what API says to install for their salts. I believe it's 1 heaping tablespoon per 5 gallons. So I'm adding 2 actually level spoons. I don't even heap them up. So we'll come back to this in a couple days, see how things are doing. It's definitely in a lot better situation than it was last night. And oh yeah, with the test kits, I did notice a big difference between having it done at the pet store, and I do stand there at the pet store and watch them do it. They use the Nutrafin, I believe it is, big test kit, but they don't have caps like the API does, at least when they're doing it, and they shake it with their finger on the end, which API claims contaminates the test, which believe it does as well. Makes sense to me. So once I find out the levels of those tests, sorry I'm wandering around, I'm just a little unorganized for this video today. Well, I'll post the test results in the description below. A little tongue-tied tonight as well, I guess. And if you got any more questions about this modified do-it-yourself filter, please ask below. Any comments you can make to improve it or what have you, then let us know as well. And we'll come back to it in a few days and see how it's rocking and rolling. It should be moving around pretty good. Or if I've made some more changes. Anyways, happy fish keeping.